Welcome to The Hero Maker. In this series, we follow Richard's appearances on other shows as he talks about how to grow, play, think, and live like a hero. Join him as he discusses thoughts, principles, and life lessons, all essential for anyone building their heroic brand. All that and more, only on The Hero Maker.
We had a very routine life, and there's nothing wrong with having a routine life. It was like we were having a good time and doing good work. But one of the things that I noticed happened when we got on the road is because we don't have a regular routine anymore, your mind is always sort of in this state of creativity, right? You're thinking about, like, we have to plan our next week for where we're going to stay and, like, what restaurant are we going to eat at? And we're trying new foods and meeting new people and doing new things all the time. So your mind is sort of it's in a different place, right? Like, you're not in a routine place. You're in sort of a creative space all the time. And I noticed I've been, like, my ability to ideate went through the roof, and our ability to like get things done, like productivity went through the roof for a really odd reason, right? Like if you're parked outside of Yosemite Canyon, right, in California, and you're like, I want to get on there and go do a hike with the kids or play in the river or go jump off the cliffs or whatever, you know, the cliff diving, the stuff that we've done, like, but I can't do that until I get my work done today, right? Like you know, at home, I was like, I got my 8-hour work day. I get my work done. Like, I got 8 hours to do it. And when we're done, we're going to, like, watch TV and go to a restaurant or whatever. Like, there's not as much motivation, right? So you let things take longer than they need to. And I've noticed my actual time doing work has dropped to 2 to 4 hours a day. We get it done I get it done a lot faster. And a lot more efficiently because I have motivation. I want to go do things and explore things and stuff like that. So it's had a tremendous positive impact on my business. I don't know if it would be that way for everyone, but it certainly has been for me.
The thing now is, I guess there's probably going to be a few listeners wondering, well, what is your business, Richard? So do you want to explain that to us?
Yeah, so I have 2 businesses at this current point in time, and I am in the process of spinning down one to spin up the other one. So I'll give you the 30-second lowdown on the first one. In the last 10 years or so, what I've been working with is I've worked with expert brands, right? So people who have a skill set of some sort, right? Just like an easy example, someone who's like, hey, I do wholesaling of real estate, and I would like to teach other people how to do that. And what I would help them do is I would help them develop their brand identity, develop their course material. And we have a very specific way of how we develop course material. It's very persuasion oriented. We got most of our clients would end up with, 60, 70, 80% consumption rates of their courses. And then 60, 70, 80% of those people would actually succeed and accomplish the thing that they were teaching. All right. So we have very unique teaching methods for that. And then we'd help them do all of the back end setup of their business, the tech stuff and the advertising and all that. And that's what I've spent the last many years doing. And just recently started to work on spinning that business down to spin up a new business called Push Button Podcasts. And Push Button Podcasts is sort of a business that came out of my own need. I have a podcast like you, Exceeding Expectations, called The Hero Show. That was just a message I really, really wanted to get out there. And the problem I was having with it is, you know as much as I do, right? You record an hour's worth of content, you create a bunch of work for yourself, right? You've got editing to do, and you've got to create graphics and create things, and maybe you create audiograms, maybe you're creating video versions of your podcast. Like for me, I was creating like 8 to 10 hours of work for every hour of episode I created. And was having a hard time like actually getting my podcast published, right? I had a bunch of episodes recorded and was never getting them out because I had too much other work to do. So sat down and developed all of the processes and hired the staff and the team and everything to just make it something that happens. So all I do now is like I show up for my podcast interviews, do the recording, and when I hit the stop record, everything else happens, right? So all of my guest booking happens, all of the editing happens, everything happens, and I've turned that into a service. And now we work with business development style podcasts. So for everything from like local chiropractors to businesses who are using podcasting as a medium to drive business to another to their main business, we help them not have to be expert podcasters, right, and do all the work that goes into it. So they can just show up and record their content, and we literally handle everything else for them. And that's the business we're working on really spinning up this year. and growing and expanding. And we're just about ready to start doing some big growth there and go prime time with it.
If you want to hear the rest of this discussion, please check out the link to the full episode in the description below.